Terence Crawford, aka Terence Bud Crawford, knocks out Jose Benavidez in an amazing round 12 fight. Jose Benavidez came out the gate talking a lot of smack. He even pushed Terence Crawford at the weigh-in. He pushed him, so he wanted all the smoke. And when you want smoke with Terence Crawford, you have to get the fire that comes after it every single time. Terence Crawford never likes when people talk smack about him and try to smear his name, try to downplay his skills, because he is one of the best boxers out here. And when you downplay him, he comes up to you and he beats you down. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty of this fight, let's look at some of the brief stats. Jose Benavidez landed 92 total punches out of 501 for a percentage of 18%, which is not good at all. Terence Crawford landed 186 punches out of 579 total punches for a connect percentage of 32%, which is not bad. It's not as good as he usually does. He's usually around the 46%, 47%, so he's down by roughly like 15 so percentage, but it was still a good fight, and he's only down that percentage because Jose Benavidez was actually a good opponent. He actually was. Jose Benavidez, he's not a very big name within the welterweight division, but he showed a lot of promise in the first half. In the first 6 rounds of the fight, he had very good counters, and he was actually winning most of the exchanges that he was having with Terence Crawford. Now, my thing about Jose Benavidez, even though he had a lot of good things going for him, his downfall and the reason why, I'm just talking about the first 6 rounds, his downfall in the first 6 rounds and why I had him down 4-2 was his defense. He had good offense. It wasn't too consistent, but he had enough offense to actually win rounds if this was any other fight. But his defense wasn't that good at all. When you don't have good defense against Terence Crawford, he's going to beat you down because he could come at you at various different angles. He is a very accurate puncher as well. So he's going to land when he wants to land. And Jose Benavidez, he did do a good job of dodging some punches here and there. I think he blocked a couple good punches here and there, but he just couldn't really do much about the offense. He couldn't do much about it. When he put his guard up, he was still wide open with those skinny forearms. You can't block nothing with those skinny forearms he got. Go eat a burger. He also was getting hit with a lot of body shots in the first 6 rounds, which I think the body shots caught up to him by round 8 or so. That's when he started really getting tired, in my opinion. He says he wasn't really tired. He actually said that the reason why in the second half of the fight, because the second half of the fight, Terence Crawford absolutely dominated him. Benavidez had no comeback. He couldn't do nothing. His defense was nowhere to be found. He couldn't even produce any relevant offense to sway anybody on any opinion of him losing every single round in the second half. And he said the reason that happened was because his legs started hurting him, which I guess you can say that's somewhat of a valid excuse, because if you watch before the fight when they talked about Jose Benavidez, they talked about how he got shot in the leg when he was, I believe, walking his cat. I guess someone in the neighborhood got tired of him not cleaning up after his pet's mess, so they decided to shot him in the leg or something. And he said that the doctors told him that he would never box again, but Jose Benavidez is a tough person. He has the will of a champion. That's just who he naturally is. So him being that tough person, he decided to work his way and fight back to get back into boxing, which is respectable and commendable. But when you're not at 100%, things like this will happen to you, where you start off good, you start off strong, then you just go downhill when your body starts to betray you a little bit and you're not fully 100%. Now, some good things that Crawford did, as I stated before, was the body shots. He landed very good body shots that caught up to Benavidez, in my opinion, later on in the fight, that had him winded. towards the later rounds, and he was just so consistent. As I always say, consistency is one of the key factors to success in anything you do, not just boxing. If you're playing basketball, playing football, even if you're trying to start a business or you're trying to get a promotion at your job, consistency is the key factor to success in any aspect of your life. And Terence Crawford was consistent with his jab. He's consistent with the body shot. He was consistent by applying pressure in the right moments. And that's why he got this win. Do I think it should have been a knockout? I honestly don't think it should have been a knockout because he did knock him down in round 12, which was a very good knockdown. That uppercut was just so mean and it was so dirty. I think I watched it at least like 5 times. I just kept replaying it back and back and back. It was so mean. And it was crafty too. But I don't think it should have been a knockout because the ref stepped in, waved the fight off, and there was 20 seconds left in the last round. I felt like Jose Benavidez, he would have survived those last 20 seconds. So at least let the man go out on his shield. At least let him have some dignity left after he just got demolished in the second half of the fight.